Right now, beneath you, thousands of meters under the waves, lies a hidden network that keeps the entire world online. It's not satellites, it's not wireless magic, it's thousands of miles of glass threads lying quietly on the ocean floor, moving data in packets, faster than you can imagine. But have you ever wondered, how do they even put them there? And what happens when something or someone cuts them? In this video, we'll dive deep into how subsea internet cables are laid across entire oceans, why they break far more often than you'd think, and what happens when the world's digital lifeline is suddenly snapped in half. So stay tuned to our channel, The Curious Corner. First, why do we even need cables under the sea in 2025 when we have satellites? Well, satellites are useful for remote places, but they're slow. Over 95% of international internet traffic still travels through these hidden cables. From live financial trades to YouTube videos like this one, chances are they traveled through thousands of kilometers of glass fiber under the ocean. No cables? No global internet as we know it. Think about it. Every time you send an email, join a Zoom call, or stream a video, your data is split into tiny packets. Those packets travel at nearly the speed of light through thin strands of glass called fiber optics, bundled together and laid on the ocean floor. It's not that we can't rely on satellites. It comes down to speed and capacity. Satellites have to send signals thousands of kilometers into space and back. That round trip adds a tiny delay called latency, which might not matter when you're watching a movie, but it's critical for things like stock trading, online gaming, or real-time video calls. And then there's bandwidth. A single modern subsea cable can handle terabits of data every second, far more than any satellite network can manage right now. To match that, you'd need thousands of satellites in perfect coordination. So instead of bouncing data off satellites, it's faster and cheaper to run it through these glass highways deep under the sea. That's why, even in 2025, with Elon Musk's Starlink and other constellations orbiting above, more than 95% of the world's internet traffic still takes the underwater route. When you buy mobile phone data from a carrier, like 4G or 5G, you're basically paying to use your carrier's wireless network. But that wireless network still connects to the global internet through physical infrastructure. Your device sends data wirelessly using radio waves to the nearest cell tower operated by your mobile carrier. The cell tower is connected, usually with high-capacity fiber optic cables, to the carrier's core network. When you visit a website or stream a video hosted on another continent, that content travels back through the same system. Undersea cables, carrier's network, cell tower, your phone. The mobile part is only the last mile, the wireless link between your phone and the cell tower. Everything beyond that is mostly wired, and the backbone of all of it is the same massive system of underground and undersea fiber optic cables. A single subsea cable isn't just a wire, it's a technological marvel. Multiple layers of fiber optics, copper, steel wire armor, and waterproofing. They're designed to survive salt water, deep sea pressure, and yes, even sharks, although that's mostly a myth. Some cables can be as thin as a garden hose in deep water, but near shorelines where anchors and fishing gear threaten them, they get extra armor, thick as your arm. But how do you lay something that stretches 8,000 kilometers across the Atlantic? Meet the cable-laying ship, a floating factory. Inside, huge spools hold thousands of kilometers of coiled cable. As the ship sails slowly along a carefully mapped path, it feeds the cable into the ocean, like unrolling a giant spaghetti strand. On the shallow parts near shore, special plows bury the cable under the seabed to protect it from trawlers and anchors. In the deepest ocean, it simply rests on the seafloor, sometimes 8 kilometers deep. One wrong storm, and laying can stop for days. A single transoceanic project can take months and cost hundreds of millions of dollars, But here's where it gets risky. These cables break a lot. About 200 times every year somewhere in the world, a subsea cable gets damaged. Most breaks happen near the shore, where anchors drag, fishing nets snag, or even underwater landslides bury cables under tons of mud. Sometimes earthquakes snap them like spaghetti, and sometimes humans cut them on purpose, as cutting a cable can cripple an entire country's internet. In 2022, cables between France and the UK were mysteriously severed. Nobody ever found the culprit. However, military planners know it's a weak spot. Some nations have specialized submarines and divers that can tap or destroy cables in case of conflict. That's why repairing them fast is critical. So how do you fix a snapped cable at the bottom of the ocean? Repair ships use sonar to find the break. Then they lower robots called ROVs to grab the broken ends. The ship hauls up the cable, splices a new piece, and gently drops it back down. Sometimes ships have to lift kilometers of cable just to make the join. Although, a single repair can take days and cost millions. So next time you send a message, remember, it's not magic. It's glass threads, steel armor, deep-sea robots, and brave crews crossing oceans to keep you connected. And sometimes, a tiny cut in a dark ocean can remind us just how fragile our digital world really is. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe our channel, The Curious Corner.